And it's back, baby. Mushoku Tensei manga is back. And so am I. Because even though I keep saying I will make more videos throughout the week, I don't. I am full of disappointment. No, I'm just kidding. The truth is, I've been training a lot of people at work, and training people is a lot more exhausting than doing actual work because you gotta keep telling them the same thing over and over again. It's not fun. But, anyways, this lifted my spirit. Right before the Super Bowl, watched Super Bowl, and no, actually it came out during the day of the Super Bowl. But I said, no, I'll review it today because, I had to prepare for the Super Bowl. Get the wings, get the nachos, the strawberry cream Dr. Pepper. It was very, very interesting. And of course, there's some strange rumors. Someone posted on Twitter saying that season 2 is going to have 30 to 35 episodes. Not true. Trust me, people. It's not true. The top max is going to be 23 to 24 episodes. It's going to be divided by parts 1 and 2. And that's the more logical way season 2 is going to happen with Mushoku Tensei. It's the only way it's going to happen. Trust me on this. Okay, I've been right so far. The only person you listen to is me. Okay, I'm the one who cracks the story on these things. Me. But anyways, let's talk about this chapter. The sisters are back. The thing about the sisters though is that Rudius technically only met his sisters only once. The first one had a bad impression of him, which was Norn, and then the second one was very intelligent and kind of figured out who he was. He was trying his best to disguise himself for keeping the first step happening again. But she found out anyways. Little Aisha and Norn, complete total opposites from each other. Norn seems to be this serious, moody girl, while Aisha is very upbeat and seems to be very talented, despite who her mother is. Because when you think about it like this, Norn's mother, Zenith, is very hyperactive and a happy person, while Aisha's mother is very serious and very strict, but yet the way they act came out total opposites. You expect Norn to be the happy-go-lucky one, while Aisha is the strict, moody one, the one that is very obedient. And she is obedient, but you're about to find out why she is one of my favorite characters. But not only that, Richard, our boy Richard, is back. And what a treat to see and stuff. And when you see this, you see his impression on Rudius and his new wife, Selphie, where the disappointment sinked in. You see, Roger don't know Selphie. He only knows Eris, the one they've been traveling with for, 3 years? And when he saw her, Selphie, he was uncomfortable because he was hoping Eris would still be with him and they would have gotten together and, did their adventure thing and stuff. But instead, that didn't happen. So very, very strange awkwardness. Something that they didn't do in the manga. When I read the web novel towards this, it was this awkwardness that was happening where Selphie was doing her best to be cheerful and helpful around with the three guests. But it just didn't seem to work. To the point where they were in bed and Selphie just didn't fall asleep, but where Ruiz was trying to console her, she said she wasn't in the mood to do anything right now. And it left a very awkward and sad end of the night, I would say. That's what happened. And then there's a conversation. Most of the chapter is a conversation with Ruger and Rudius. First, Ruger talking about how he met up with them through the help of Paul and stuff. And how when Roxy met them, it turned out Roxy did meet Ruger before. And it was not a very direct meeting. It was during their side of the demonic continent. And it was a bad impression where Roxy was scared of Ruger because of the rumor she was always told when she was a child. Of course, Roxy was scared of him. And Lilia was there like, nah, you can't be scared of this guy. This guy helped out Master Rudius. So he's a good guy. So the entire impression that Rudius made for Roxy to Ruger was false. And Ruger was disappointed. And then he was telling about the amazingness, the genius, the pure genius that is Aisha. People say, in that, of course, when you're in the Isekai world, you have someone with modern technology of knowledge of that. They're usually the genius that everyone's amazed with Rudius. And people still are. But the true genius, in my opinion, of Mushoku Tensei is Aisha. Aisha is the true genius of the series because she has no knowledge of the other world, but yet she can outsmart Rudius. She can perceive things quicker and faster, and lay out a strategy. She was finding the fastest route to get to Rudius and stuff. And in fact, one of the chapters I'm looking forward to is going to be in volume 11, where Norn is doing the narration, but is showing what Aisha did when she was set free. What I mean by this, I'm not spoiling it for your manga readers or anime watchers, but there is something that Aisha keeps inside of her that she was not allowed to show when she was around her mother or she was around everybody else, where she felt chained down. But when she was set free and she knew she could see her big brother again, the only person she truly respects right now at her age, she went moose, baby. Like, nothing gonna stop me from seeing my Oni-chan. And so I'm looking forward to that chapter. I want to see how they're going to execute that one. Anyways, go back to the actual chapter at hand. Let's talk about Eris. Yeah, that's the thing, the expectation. Eris, this girl's been gone out of his life for 3 years. No one will stop talking about her. And Roderick gave Rudy a good explanation of this could have been a misunderstanding. Warriors in that world have a hard time explaining what they're trying to get across. And Eris probably meant that we don't match up, not because of what happened that fateful night, or because of the relationship, but mainly because she felt like she was too dependent on Rudy. It's the same thing that's happening again. People becomes too dependent on Rudius or on each other, and because of that, they need some time to grow by separating. Same thing happened with Selphie, same thing happened with Roxy, and now the same thing also happened with Eris. With Roxy spending time in Rudius' village, training him magic, but realizing herself isn't advanced enough seeing Rudius, she went off to go train some more. Then you have a thing with Selphie, where Selphie and them were relying on each other. Selphie would always listen to everything Rudius says, and despite they both have potential to be great, they were too busy being with each other, which slowed them down. They needed time to grow. Then, once again, it happened with Eris. They traveled around the world to get back home. She trained, but she relied on Rudius to do everything during the trip. And even when they met the dragon god, Oyster, and got their asses handed to them. And then she realized how Rudius, even though he was scared, was still thinking of what he can do, just in case they ever met him again. How can they counter him? While Eris was thinking, thank God that's over with. But that he was thinking that, and not her, when she's supposed to be the warrior, the one to protect him, she was disappointed in herself, realizing Rudius wasn't as strong as she thought he was. So she decided to go on her own venture to become stronger, and she did a terrible way of explaining what she needed to do to him. So because of that, it caused a major dysfunction in our poor boy's life for years to come. You got the ED, baby. Oh God, dude. That'll be the cuckold blue ball. I don't know what. Oh God, man. I still can't get over that part, man. What she did, man. She smashed and passed and died and dashed. She out. She out, man. I can't get over that part, man. But moving on. Rudy was thinking about always in bad. That maybe it was a misunderstanding. But that misunderstanding is too late. He can still see her one day and probably forgive her and say, okay, I understand, but I'm with this woman right now. I'm with this woman. I'm married to this woman. She's the one that saved me. So I'll forgive you. We'll still be partners and companions. But that's probably it. That's what's going through his mind right now. He can't think like that. He spent a good time with Eris, but now he's spending a good time with Selphie, someone who's also been trained her entire life to be with him. So he's in a very interesting crossroads of what he should do. And speaking of Eris, we get to see her at the end of the chapter. Her training, don't think, swing your sword. And when you get tired of swinging your sword, sit down and think. And then swing your sword some more. What is Eris thinking about? We'll have to wait and see until next month. Beyond View, the Mushoku Tensei chapters are short for it to be monthly. Mostly monthly chapters will be about like 30 pages because you're working on it in a month, but instead they're like 20, 23 to 25 pages. Hell, Nagatoro does monthly chapters, and that stuff be like 15 to 19 pages, which is disappointing. I don't know what. But anyways, it was, a starting off chapter, the starting of volume 10, where it'll be focusing on the little sisters. Will it focus on Richard? No, he's got to go. He's hearing rumors about the remaining of his people hiding somewhere, so he's going off to look for them. The question is, when will he see Rudyard again? I'm not saying. Oh, man. But yeah, it will be for a while, ladies and gentlemen. But don't hold your breath. So anyway, so that's like that for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.